Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. Ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania season is heating up, and I'm here for another episode of WWE News and Rumors. I don't know where to start. Most of these are WrestleMania rumors, so let's just jump in. We have one confirmed news story today, so one confirmed news story. The only confirmed news stories I have for you guys. If you're going to be in Dallas, WrestleMania week, I guess WWE is opening a virtual restaurant. I wish WWE would open an actual restaurant that you could go like, oh, this is cool, right? But no, it's a virtual restaurant. Apparently you can order it off like those food delivery apps. You have to order it by delivery, so it's like the DoorDash and the Uber Eats and stuff like that. Personally, I've never used one of those services because if I want like food or something, I usually just get in my car and go there and get it. But again, not everyone can do that. So this is an option, and it's apparently WWE themed. So they are advertising quesadillas on the thing. I don't know if that's the only item they have, but they're calling it Smackadillas. Smackadillas restaurant, WWE Smackadillas virtual restaurant. So I might have to give it a try just for the gist of it, but I'll have to figure out how these food delivery apps work because I've never used one. But yeah, Smackadillas, will be available in the Dallas area. Now I'm not sure if you have to be like within the city of Dallas or if you can be like outside of Dallas a little bit, because I'm not staying in the city personally. Like I'm going to be there in Dallas for WrestleMania, but I'm staying a little bit outside the city limits, if you will. So we'll see how that works, or hopefully I can figure that out. Yeah, but if you guys are interested, it's WWE themed. I'm not sure how they make food delivery WWE themed. I'm not sure. But we'll have to wait and see. It's interesting and kind of weird and funny and pathetic at the same time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually the only confirmed news stories I have to talk to you guys about today. So go ahead and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice box ready, because it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, the first rumor is going to be about Bayley. So Bayley has had a very serious injury. She's been out for almost a year now. The question is, when is Bayley set to return? Some people were expecting her in the Rumble. She just quite wasn't healed enough for it. She wasn't cleared for the Rumble. But apparently Bayley, we can expect her back within the month, maybe less than 1 month. I know a lot of people would like to see her pop up at the Raw after WrestleMania. I don't know if that's possible. I really don't know if that's possible, but we'll wait and see on that. Bayley will be back this spring sometime, and definitely will be back for the next large pay-per-view, which I guess you would consider SummerSlam usually, but Money in the Bank is quite large this year as well, but she'll definitely be back for both of those shows. All right, the next rumor is about WrestleMania, actually all future WrestleManias. So apparently they are sticking with the whole two-night thing. Like, they haven't announced it yet, but next year's in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, California, whatever you want to call it, that probably will be turned into a two-night spectacular event as well. I kind of predicted this as soon as I saw they were doing the two-night thing. I'm like, oh no. When they did 2 nights, 2 years in a row, I'm like, oh. Yeah, so basically here's what they're doing. They're approaching this from a business perspective, right? So basically, I see them doing WrestleManias with the 2 nights for at least 5 years. At least for like 5 whole years. That way, they could get their pieces of paper they got written down, and they have 5 years of the 1 night WrestleMania versus the 5 years of the 2 night WrestleManias. They compare it on paper and see which one made more money. Whichever one made more money, which pretty much obviously is going to be the 2 night one, will be the one going forward. So we may have to get used to this 2 night spectacular thing, and Lord, I can even see it being turned into a 3 night in the future. I just can't. But it's always been called WrestleMania week, even though there's only 1 night of WrestleMania. There's other events, but I mean, I don't hate it. The only thing I hate about it is the money, because that is a lot more money, even though, they should be doing the bundle for the same price as the one event, and like just to go to 1 night should be half the price of WrestleMania in the past, but simply that's not that's not the thing. I mean, it's not quite double what WrestleMania used to be, but it's still a good 75% increase. Like it's quite heavily of an increase of price, so it kind of sucks for the fans or whatever. But they're making more money, so they're probably going to stick with the structure. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm predicting, and this is the rumor saying, like all WrestleManias going forward will indeed stick with the 2 night formula. All right, the next rumor is about Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Owens. So apparently this is going to be main eventing night 1, like I talked about in the last episode of this show. I said, yeah, that's probably main eventing night 1. And we'll close the show is the rumor about that. But basically, what's happening here? Like, so at first we heard a match, then it turned into just an appearance on the show, a confrontation. Is it just going to be a stunner, some middle fingers, and some beer? Or is there something more to that? Well, apparently there's something more to this. And there's a lot of rumors around this thing saying that Stone Cold Steve Austin has been training quite heavily for this. He has a ring actually at his compound, if you will, his ranch or whatever that he's been practicing in. And also he's in phenomenal shape. He's probably been taking off his shirt in this, which is something, Austin hasn't done in a while. He's just in phenomenal shape. And he's actually going to be turning this into a brawl, I guess. At the very least, it's going to be a brawl. And it's going to go on for apparently minutes upon minutes upon minutes. It's not going to be like some just stunner and leave. It's actually going to be close to a match. I don't know if it's going to be an official match with the ref and all that, or is it going to be some brawl that's going to last a while and then Stone Cold walking away. I don't know, but apparently this is going to be more than just like a cheap pop stunner thing. This is a legitimate thing that we have not seen Stone Cold Steve Austin really do in a very, very long time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually going to be the final news story. Final rumor, the final thing I'm going to be talking about inside this episode of WWE News Rumors. This is about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has to be one of the has the most interest behind him out of all the wrestlers in the world right now. Probably has almost the most. So basically, Cody Rhodes, there's rumors that he is coming to WWE, and there's rumors saying he actually signed a contract with the WWE about 2 weeks ago. The guy signed a contract with the WWE, and he's set to be at WrestleMania doing something. There was rumors, he was going to pop up on Raw, challenge Seth Rollins. We have Seth Rollins and Cody, and apparently that's still the plan. It's Cody and Seth Rollins, but the thing is, when's it happening? When's Cody popping up? Apparently the current rumor right now is saying that the Cody Rhodes return will not be taking place before WrestleMania. Actually, what they're going to be doing, probably something similar to the Hardy Boys. Like you guys remember, like when the Hardy Boys came back at WrestleMania 37 or whatever, no one knew what was happening. They just came out, the music came, they're like, oh my god. And pretty much that's what's happening with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. If they decide to do it on the actual WrestleMania show, it very well could be the Raw after. I hope it's not the Raw after, because unfortunately I will not be able to go to the Raw after, but I'll be at the 2 WrestleMania nights, so if you're there, say what's up. If not, check out the vlogs on YouTube, and I appreciate the support and all of that. I'm excited to do another Brandon Hodge King of Vlog style trip, but yeah, Cody Rhodes will be a part of WrestleMania weekend, whatever, somehow, on some show. We just don't know how, and apparently he's not going to be popping up before that. Now, that could definitely change. They're just trying to catch people by surprise, so they kind of keep changing plans, keep people on their toes. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with the whole Cody Rhodes return. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I am your king of vlog style, Brandon Hodge, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.